What's up, good people? I have recorded this probably 7 times, and just right before this, I was talking for about a solid 10 minutes and no record, of course. So that goes to show you, it's never going to be perfect. I think often I've tried to figure out what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it. I need to figure this thing out before I say it. I need to have this ready, and it's just never going to be perfect. So given that this is take 2, you're going to get probably the most raw version of this. And I'm going to just talk to you. Over the last year and a half, maybe longer, I've written this, created this about 7 times, wanting to reconnect, the short version. Wanting to figure out where you are, wanting to re-engage in conversations, not for any other gain other than proximity, right? Learning, growing, trying to figure out how to continue the connection that we had during the calls and conversations. I definitely don't want to repeat everything that happened in 2020, but since then, so many things have happened. And I think that a lot of people are not only burned out and frustrated, some of you have left jobs, started jobs, changed jobs, continue to figure out how to navigate the employment space and lead, and how you lead your family. Had hard conversations with your family, had easy conversations. It's all over the place, right? And I have some notes right here on my phone. That's why I'm looking down. And so basically, I just wanted to say thank you for the time that we spent. Thank you for giving me space and opportunity to grow with you. And if you know anything about me, or I genuinely just love community. I love people, and I don't think that I can do this alone. And so if it were not for you, if you weren't jumping on the calls, I'd have been on there talking to myself. And so I thank you for that season. And of course, a lot has changed since we started those conversations. A lot is continuing to change, and the world continues to change. I'm changing, you're changing, all these things. One thing that I know is true is that proximity is important. Proximity matters. And whether we're talking about economics or laws being passed or not passed anymore, whether we're talking about community support, whether we're talking about education, family, psychology, stress, mental health, it doesn't matter. The proximity that we have to each other is important and is needed. And I don't know what people need right now, if I'm really honest. And so I know that some people are like super engaged in the work still. Some of you are burned out though. Some of you are just taking care of the small circle of influence. During Operation Metro Surge, I saw a lot of you just showing up in different ways and taking some of those learnings and applying them to where we are. And some of you honestly were like, I'm tired, I'm not doing anything. Some of you called me, and that's okay too. But if you're unsure of where you are, or you want a little bit of redirection, or even just reconnection, I wanted to ask you where you are. Where are you? What would you like to do? How do you feel about what's been happening, how you've progressed or regressed? And I don't have a this is probably one of the most raw videos I'm going to make, because I don't have a program. I don't have anything other than I've thought about taking time to just check in and connect with everyone and see how folks are feeling, see what folks are working on. I believe that there are tons of you who are great humans, good humans, and are out there doing some dope stuff, and I'd just like to know. So I think I'm gonna have a form by the time this goes out, where you can fill out some information. And yeah, I'm gonna do a form. That's in my notes. Where I'm just really trying to hear where you're at, see where you're at, what have you learned, what's been hard, and what kind of community would be helpful today. And honestly, if enough of you all are interested, I would like to invite everyone to get back together at least for one meeting, right? In person, for those of you all who are local. Or we can try to plan it out, and we can have some of y'all who are not local and come in town. But I'd love to gather in person and then maybe do an online version for those of you all who are not in the Twin Cities. But I really don't care about the numbers. I'm just thinking about you as a human and all the things that you've been through and all the things that you've been navigating. And yeah, just something basic, just getting people together. So I believe that relationships change people. I believe that community changes people. And while I may be frustrated and you may be frustrated with what's happening in the world or not happening, I still believe that there is good out there in the world, and people need to continue to see what good looks like, what good feels like, and how do we continue to do more good in the world that shows us opposite. And so I'd love to hear from you. I hope that by the time you receive this, there's a form created that you can fill out and we can just knock that out. But I also just want to say thank you for taking 7 minutes out of your day to listen, and taking the time that you did a while ago to engage, whether it was listening, whether it was reading, whether it was sharing, whether it was retracting statements, whether it was offering services and volunteering, or just showing up. I appreciate you. I thank you. I value our time together. And I'm hoping that we're able to reconnect really soon. Y'all have a great day.